Hello my friends, welcome to a chilly Friday evening at the metal shop. Today we are working on the hood latch, and it is an original reproduction style piece here. Pretty nice. I think the originals for the most part were locking. This is the non-locking variety. So what you do, this is pretty obvious, this goes through the hood and it's got a square stock on and will spin. This latch goes under the hood, square stock goes through it, and the square hole flips out this tab. They give you these nice tabs here that made up to it. These tabs mount on your firewall and they catch this tab. This catches underneath it. Okay, seems simple enough. And you can see the underside of the hood here, and they want the latch in this portion here for whatever reason. Now let me show you the top here, and I would prefer the latches belong, if you are trying to make an accurate replica, you kind of draw a line from this corner of the hood straight up. See where my hand is going? So the latch would end up kind of in this general vicinity here in the corner. Now I could have reworked the whole thing, drilled it here, and possibly, could have caught here where this is where the hood bumpers mount. Maybe I could have caught here, I could have re-engineered the whole thing. But their system is designed for this to mount to the firewall. It's, if you want to follow their design, and already what I did was I moved it over. They want you to find the center line. They want you to measure over 8 inches and then up from the edge of the hood 2 3/8 inches. That's where you drill your hole. I did a bunch of finagling and measured to see how far could I move that latch over, still use the firewall catch, still have this land on the flat underside of the hood where they want, and I got 9 inches. So I was able to move it over 1 inch. Looks a little better. Otherwise, they just look kind of dumb and cross-eyed. Again, it should be here, not here, whatever. Like everything with this car is what it is. So you drill through both pieces of the hood. Make sure that your hole goes through the center of that inside support there. I did pretty good. I drilled on the other hole to move it a little bit, and then we're going to open this up with a hole saw. And it's kind of weird. The instructions want you to open the hood up with a 7/8 hole saw, and then they want you to open up the inside with a 3/4 inch hole saw. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, all right, I see the hole saw is going to be necessary for this portion here, but this is going to be completely contained, I believe, within the hood. I'm not going to drill another hole in the hood if I don't have to. And I'm going to measure this with a micrometer, see how big this hole really needs to be, because I'm only going to make it as big as it needs to be. I mean, maybe they want you to have a little bit of, fudging around room or whatever. But I bought, this stuff is trying to slide off here. I bought the really nice Lennox hole saws. I should have bought a kit. I'm sure I would have saved money if I bought a kit of, I don't know how many hole saws, but I've been buying them as I need them. And you get these from Amazon, they're about 10 bucks a piece. This is nice because it comes with this, the center chuck or whatever you want to call it. So I bought the 3/4, I bought the 7/8, and we'll get it drilled up. Cool. All right, get those holes drilled. Pretty late. I think I'm going to call it a night, and we will pick this up tomorrow. All right, so got a little bit more work done last night. As usual, the directions are lacking, ambiguous. They show you slotting the hole for these little locator tabs, or they say you can remove them. Okay, great. This is the gasket that it comes with. Do you see the problem yet that I'm seeing? And I've already slotted these. I slotted them, following the directions. And the problem is that you run into, now that this is slotted, thankfully this one is pretty tight over here, is the slot and the hole for your screw are taking up the same real estate, and it's in fiberglass. So yeah, basically on that side, I got one good hole drilled. The other one went right into the slot. I'm just gonna have to, I don't know what I'm gonna do, fill it with JB Weld, or I'm gonna have to do something, whatever. So yeah, here we are. You know, the gasket kind of a little big, doesn't really look that great anyway. So I'm gonna get a couple holes drilled here, and these didn't come with screws, which I find, you know, kind of curious. There's a very, very small, you know, like a trim screw, and it should be stainless or polished to match, you know, with a nice countersunk head that I guess I'm on my own for, but this is really just for mock-up at this point anyway. So I'm gonna get a couple of screw holes drilled, hopefully, and we're gonna mount the latch, the catch here, on the underside. Cool. All right. Well, as you can see, we have the hood latches installed, and as a lot of things with these cars, it was a lot harder than it needed to be. But whatever, it is what it is. Unfortunately, where they ask you to mount the hood latches, I don't care for their mounting location. Honestly, I look at it and it just slaps me in the face as just wrong and looks terrible, cross-eyed, like a lot of things on this car. And as a matter of fact, a lot of them are pictured right in this shot. We've got a horrible hood scoop that's, you know, formed right into the fiberglass that's completely wrong. We have latches in the wrong location, wrong. And we have our teensy-tiny little decorative roll bar that's wrong. Sorry. I'll get off my little, oh, poor woe is me. My Cobra replica that I'm building isn't the way I like it. Anyway, the hood latches should be, if you draw a line here, from about here in the corner of the hood, straight up, they should be right around there. So what I've done is I've mounted them like that, and I've oriented them so when it's shut, the latch points that way, just to kind of try and push it visually to the side a little bit. I did move them as much as I could. They want them mounted 8 inches off the center line. I could only get to, I could get to 9. That was as far as I could without doing some major modifications. And as it was, I have about, you know, probably 6.5, 7 hours into just mounting the 2 hood latches, which is quite honestly just, you know, effing ridiculous. So let's, I'll pop the hood open with a prop rod. Take me a second and I will show you what the problem was. So what we ran into was the interior catches were, if you place them where they tell you to in the instructions, they're not even close. And I mean ridiculously not even close to being caught by the catch here. Now this is a fixed point. That's mounted where it's mounted, and the catch down here is supposed to kind of fit in this spot right here, right? So what they tell you to do is measure down from your top hood line 1.5 inches, which puts you right on this line. So what I did was I butted the hood catch right up against that line, and it's slotted. There's a slot in there so you move it up and down. So what I did was I drilled the hole to the bottom, figuring it's all the way to the top. If I need to move it, I'll need to move it down. And both of them, like I said, you can see where I had to open this up, and I got a little too overzealous here. No big deal. It is up into that line, more so on this side than the other side. I did need to open it up, but probably half that amount. Oh well. That side, kind of the same thing. The other thing, if you'll notice, if you look down the plane here, if you can't really see them both at the same time, see how much this one sticks out? And then see how much that one sticks out? And that one over there, I made a 1/4 inch metal spacer behind it to push it out even further. So I ended up having to get into the fiberglass, lift these up. I had to drill a new hole. There was no way around it. Luckily, the bracket covers the other hole, so I don't look like a complete hack. Drilled another hole on that side and spaced it out. And I had to, it's tough to see, but I ground these down. This one I had to shorten a little bit, and I ground it down on the bottom, ground that one down on the bottom, but whatever. I've got it mounted, and really, this is just a mock-up at this point. I want to have all the holes drilled for paint. That's kind of my goal, is to just get everything that I need mocked up for paint. So anyway, there is installing the hood latches. I know it's not, hopefully, you know, you guys will find some tips and tricks in there in my pain to make it easier if you got to do the job. Next on the agenda is drilling the holes for the bumperettes, the quick jack, you know, here, there, and in the back. That ought to be fun. As always, my friends, thank you for watching. Please, if you're new to finding my videos, please consider clicking subscribe, my videos to share. If you got your own YouTube channel and you like my videos, give me a shout out. All right, my friends, take care. Bye-bye.